You want me to start? You want me to give you a little bit of update? Okay, so I mean, we're just driving across town to Santa Monica. It doesn't feel like that much of a trek, but before we can check into the hotel, we're like, let's go to Abbott Kinney. Let's go full on hipster shopping.
Oh yeah.
Down here.
Good spot.
Pretty cool street. And I realized that there was a store. I was going into this store and it was the same store that I already had the pants on. Do you ever go in a store and you realize that what you're wearing is probably gonna be on a rack? I don't like that feeling. I feel like the people there just kind of like, I don't know, something about it just doesn't feel right.
It's happened a few times in Walmart for me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure these underwear from this place.
This was the former sponsor of Ear Biscuits, Faraday.
Faraday, yeah.
Faraday.
Everywhere, I saw them all over the place.
I've gotten into their pants, and so not currently a sponsor, but I was wearing the pants and I was in the store and I was like, oh, Christy, see, these are the pants that I'm wearing. And I was kind of self-conscious, I think. That's why I went ahead and just pointed it out, because I didn't want anyone else to point it out.
Are you pointing it out because you think they might think that you're like walking out with merchandise, like you're stealing it?
It's just like it feels like something an employee should do.
He's back, he's desperate, he's already wearing the pants.
But I'm not happy with the pants because I ordered them.
Are these like those pants that are a little bit short and a little bit wide?
They look like jeans, but they're stretchy and softer.
Oh, yeah, I'm into the stretchy and soft.
They kind of sell it as like, it feels like sweatpants. I wouldn't quite go that far, but they are super comfortable. And I didn't take into account the stretch, so I was wearing them that day for the first time. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I did lie to them. It was my second time, okay?
You were trying to return them?
And then Christy was like, you're already complaining about the pants being a little too big because they're stretchy. Why don't you just ask them to return them? And I was walking out of the store at this point, and I was like, you know what? You're right, screw it. And I go up there and I'm like, this is kind of an awkward kind of a thing that I'm doing here, but I'm wearing, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing the pants. And
we noticed this, we've all been talking about it.
I was like, could I exchange these for a smaller size?
And they were like, in the dressing room,
they were like, yeah. Set me up in the dressing room. They had 2 sizes smaller. When I tried those on, I could see the bottom line of my underwear. And I'm like, that's too tight.
2 sizes smaller?
2 sizes smaller.
What's getting smaller, the waist?
The waist.
Huh.
And, but then the thighs too. And everything gets smaller when the waist gets smaller, I guess. They didn't have the 1 size smaller, and I was determined, you know what, I need those, but I also tried on some shorts. And then I was like, you know what?
You can't exchange pants for shorts.
I'm still gonna exchange the pants for other pants that they can order from me and send to my house, and I'm just gonna walk out of here in these shorts that I'm buying.
You gotta walk out with some pants.
So now my outfit has changed configurations. I went in the store with pants that were a little too big. I'm walking out with shorts, and they're short shorts.
And proportions are off.
These shorts are like mid-thigh short, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You might think I'm wearing swim trunks.
Okay.
And I'm wearing my Lionel shoes, these like super bright white tennis shoes, like no socks. And then I'm wearing a button-up shirt and my jean jacket. And I just started feeling like I wouldn't be wearing these shorts out like this. This is not quite my configuration of confidence. So I start getting in my own head about it, and Christy and I are talking about it, and then we make our way back to the hotel, and somebody says something about my hair, and it was a compliment, nice hair. Then somebody else, like within 20 minutes, was like, nice hair. But I'm getting in my own head because I'm like, Christy, people are talking about my hair. You know, I just don't think about myself as being like some guy who looks at, sometimes you and I will talk about it, but I tend to forget that like, oh, look at that guy's hair. And now look at this guy's outfit. So I'm thinking about this, and Christy and I are talking about it, and Christy's like trying to characterize what my style is, and like, we're getting into it, and we're going up the elevator to the rooftop pool, and there's a bar, and we were just gonna check it out because we knew that's where we were gonna be the next day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we're like looking around, and I'm like, I'm looking to see if, I don't know, if just like, do I fit in here? What do people think of me?
It's LA, man. You
I don't know.
You could have on a banana hammock and it wouldn't matter.
I usually don't get in my own head about this stuff, but I'm like, we had this in-depth conversation. And then I'm like, I'm looking around to see if anybody's dressed like me, and I see this guy across the pool lounging in a thing, and he's got on short shorts, tennis shoes, like a shirt and a jean jacket. And the one thing he had I didn't have, I noticed, was like he had a yellow bandana wrapped around his neck. And I'm like, well, I got a bandana in my pocket. I could put that on.
Oh no,
and I'm like,
did you?
I was thinking about it and I turned to Chrissy and I'm like, well, you know what? That guy over there is dressed just like me. And then when I looked at him again, I realized it was Harry Styles. And I was like, man, I actually,
You stumbled into Harry Style.
I guess I got Harry Style. That dude is a stylish dude. I mean, he
had the bandana.
I'll gladly be the 43-year-old version of Harry Styles. And I started to feel a lot better about myself. And
that's validation.
Kind of strutted around the pool and did my Mick Jagger.
Listen, I don't want to take any of the air out of your balloon at this point, but I will say that I think that showing up to the pool wearing exactly the same thing as Harry Styles is more embarrassing than wearing the pants into the store where you bought them.
Well, I didn't go up to him and
now,
be like, nice style.
If you were lounging and he showed up, it's whoever's sitting and lounging first wins.
He was there first.
In fact, you should have turned around and left at that point, or at least taken the jacket off.
Well, we did.
Oh, good.
We did leave at that point
the right
because
thing.
We were just up there looking around.
When Harry Styles has planted himself at a place and you are dressed the same, you cannot sit down. You have to leave. You know what? I'm actually surprised.
I was wondering if
I thought where the story was gonna go is I went up to Harry Styles, I was like, hey, look at me and look at you.
Look at us, look at we. It could have happened. I'll tell you, with as much fun as I was having the next day, if he was there, it would have happened.
Well,
spoiler alert, he wasn't there. But you know what, mission accomplished. I just humble bragged about hanging out at the same place as Harry Styles and kind of looking like it.
Well, here's the thing, man. I didn't, we specifically have kept these stories from each other.
Good looking guy, that Harry.
From each other so that we could, experience them in person and surprise one another.
Yeah.
But I failed to interject. There's two parallels already happening. The first thing that happened was Jesse and I stayed at two different hotels, one kind of in the Carmel area, and then the second half of the week was down in Big Sur.
Clint Eastwood was the mayor of that town.
He was, and I didn't see him at the pool. But when we checked into the hotel, the bellboy was like, cool hair.
Cool hair?
Yeah, and Jesse was like, that was interesting. I think that's she was like, you get complimented quite a bit by gay men on your hair. But that guy seemed like he was straight and complimented you. That's like you've just leveled up. You just had another straight dude just say he liked your hair.
The guy who complimented my hair was a waiter. Could have been a busboy.
Straight or gay?
One of them. I didn't ask.
Good. And then the second thing.
Do you have a couple of minutes for a few questions?
because I need to understand where
your compliment.
And then the next thing that happened was we were eating at a restaurant in Big Sur, and a couple walked in and sat down at the table next to us. And I was, and they had on, everyone, this is where we're at right now in California. You walk into the restaurant with your mask on, and then of course you take it off when you sit down. So
it's a farce.
It's a little bit it's kind of theater at this point. But, and soon to end, I think. But I could tell with
it's a farce for the fully vaccinated. Let me put it to you that way.
Yeah, I could tell with, even with his mask on, I turned to Jesse and I was like, that's Jon Hamm.
Jon Hamm.
That's Don Draper himself. And in Big Sur, with the woman that he meets in the final episode of Mad Men, in Big Sur, who they now have been dating for a few years.
Okay.
Redheaded lady.
The
final episode.
The ultimate episode, the series finale, he is at Big Sur with a redheaded woman.
Like the Esalen Institute, which is a real place.
And you're telling me that scene you saw in real life, because in real life, the same redhead actress?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're dating after all this time.
They must have fallen in love at the time, but that was a long time ago. Well, no, it was like 2015. When was the last episode of Mad Men? 2015?
No clue.
And then I think they started dating in 2017. So they made a connection.
Oh, you Google all this.
Well, of course. And then, no, Jesse Googled it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's like they come back to the place where their love was born. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I was celebrating my 20th anniversary and seeing, Jon Hamm's love for his current girlfriend. Sorry, I can't remember her name. But she's an actress, and So anyway, but he was not dressed anywhere close to what I was dressed as. Oh. In fact, Jesse was like, interesting, Jon Hamm is dressed like a dad from Cary.
Oh, really?
Cary, North Carolina.
Pleated shorts, button-up shirt?
We were in Big Sur, so we had on a fleece. I think that was ultimately what, every dude was dressed like that. Like, it's like you're in Big Sur, you don't dress up, you just got on like some
lodge wear.
Some comfortable pants, probably with some stretch, and a fleece, which I guess is how Cary dads are dressing these days. I haven't been keeping up with Cary dad fashion. So anyway, I got hair compliments and I saw famous people too. So I mean, we're even right now.
Okay. I mean, we could probably like rank everything and come out with a winner.
Well,
but
let me
who's
just say,
into that?
Harry Styles is cooler than Jon Hamm
Currently.
And you were dressed like him, so I think you win that.
Okay.
And you said you got 2 compliments on your hair. I got 1, so you're ahead right now.
Yeah.
But this isn't a competition. We are gonna quickly.
I love not winning a competition.